It's a beautiful day in your neighborhood, a beautiful day in your neighborhood. Won't you hate with me? Won't you hate with me? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to season one, where we have all of our neighbors and everything they do that ignores us. Annoys us. Shit, god damn it. Season one, episode 40 of the Hate Napkin. All right, folks. I am your co-host, Arik, joining you from Columbia, South Carolina, the armpit of the devil's asshole, as I like to call it. And we've got a special guest, Carla from Burnt Korn,
Alabama, the actual devil's asshole.
I feel like there's going to be a competing license plate. Sort of a gong going on over this. Yes, okay. Alabama, South Carolina, both competing to be the devil's asshole. Okay, and she is the local proprietor of the Dairy Queen and the wordsmith extraordinaire of the Burnt Korn Gazette and
Register and Tribune.
Register and Tribune. One of these days I will get it right. But she is joining us there. She's the Paul Lynn Center Square special guest star. We're also not joined today by our special co-host, Garrett. Also
Who's
from
Garrett?
Columbia, who's probably sitting in his bed while his children deliver like breakfast in bed to him and living like a king eating peeled grapes. But here we are working hard to document all first world hate problems. We're also joined again by Pauly from Bali, our sound engineer, expat extraordinaire, who's again joining us from the killing fields of Phnom Penh. This is where you say something, Pauly.
Oh, is this thing on?
God. The sound engineer asks, is this thing on, folks? And this is why we have followers and dozens of followers from mothers' bedrooms all across the United States, from Titusville to Topeka to Port Angeles, Washington. Just straight into the molten lava pool of hate. Who's got something? Who's dying? Who's
I got something.
burning?
I got something, and maybe I'll ask Carla if this applies to the Dairy Queen and Burnt Korn. But the hard hand soap in public baths, public bathrooms, with the hard hand soap that just gets dirty. You see the dirt on it. It's nasty. You see these in gas stations. Just buy the liquid soap. Your fucking business. Buy the liquid soap.
I banned bar soap at the Dairy Queen. I went to the Costco about 40 miles away because the only thing in Burnt Korn is the Dairy Queen and the newspaper office. And I bought a gallon of liquid soap. And I probably have the only liquid soap in town, but I found that sales went up exponentially for those people who cared about sanitation. So yeah, I understand. It's not the nastiness of the bar itself that's actually stuck to the sink. It's the pube that invariably ends up stuck to it. And I can't figure out where they're washing.
Well,
right.
I think this ties into a previous segment too, because what also concerns me are the pubes that you find in the gas station food bottles and jars. Like you'll reach into the pickled egg jar and you'll see like a clump of pubes. And
Okay, I want to stay focused on topic here.
I know.
I have more to say about the pubes on the bar soap.
Interrupting penalty box.
And at Tan Nhân News in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, they had an English language newspaper. Someone at this newspaper was taking the hand soap and bringing it into the bathroom stall and obviously making it ass soap. And then they would leave the hand soap on the top of the toilet. And I would come back out into the office and I'd be like, who's doing the ass soap thing? And I just had a meeting. This guy now works inside the consulate in Ho Chi Minh City, and I had a meeting with him about 2 weeks ago. and I questioned him, who do you think was leaving the ass soap? Now, there were two Indian guys that worked there, and they're good friends of mine. And I don't think it was the Indian guys, because they're very sanitary. They shake with the left hands. So I immediately eliminated Harry.
It could have been
Rada.
right. It could have been right hand soap. It could have been right hand soap.
Right. So hi, Harry and Rada. Sorry, but I immediately eliminated them from the suspect list. And the only other guy was this guy John, and I think it might have been John with the ass soap. So, any case, I'm still investigating. It's one of these like 12-year investigations that I'm doing. It's a long one.
Man, I hate ass soap investigations.
This could be an upcoming on Nancy Grace or Dateline.
It could be.
It could be.
Because I would kill the person doing it.
Here's the other thing. Invariably, whenever you go to a gas station and there happens to be like bar soap, it's a brand that it's like it's always marbled soap. It's never like a straight up color. It's always marbled. It's like it's various shades of color to begin with, and then you're like, "But or is it?" You're like, "Or has this bar been somehow colored by various parts of the body?" Yeah. I also have to say, how fucking stupid do you have to be in 2021 to use bar soap in a gas station or public place? Period.
As dumb as it is to not know what year this is.
2022.
He's saying it was stupid 2 years ago. Now it's just really stupid.
Right. No, it's even more stupid.
Pre-COVID, it was stupid. Yeah.
Don't cover for him. Don't cover for him.
Listen, I might be stupid, but I'm not public bar soap stupid.
Right.
Public bathroom bars.
He was stupid 2 years earlier.
Oh my God. Okay, but seriously, how stupid do you have to be to use the bar soap in a public restroom? I mean, wouldn't you just walk out? I mean, your hand was on your genitals. Who cares? Walk out. You don't.
Now you know why I keep hand sanitizer on me.
Okay.
At all times.
Here, and this segues into at my gym, the gym I go to 7 days a week, the bathroom. So they've got these blowing air dryers, right? Folks, this is an example of why you should, number one, this episode, why you should never use public bathroom bar soap or air dryers ever. So all over the wall next to the air dryer in my gym is black mold. If that doesn't tell you something about what's going on.
I've read studies that it actually is spewing like poop chemicals and
fecal matter.
Right.
Today's episode brought to you by THN bathroom air dryers, spewing fecal matter everywhere. THN air dryers for your fecal matter needs. What the fuck? Oh, this show is digressing. Cambodia, and also brought to you by Cambodia beer. Oh my God. No, listen, air dryers also need to go in the head. Now, I didn't even have this plan, but here we go. Air dryers, period, end of story. Paper towels, good. Air dryer, bad. And so my other place of work, which will not be mentioned, has these fancy air dryers.
Oh, you mean at the Richland County Public Library?
Anyways, there are these air dryers, and if you're on YouTube, you'll get what I'm doing here. You're supposed to place your hands inside them as if you were inserting them into gloves, and so the space between your hands is about 3 inches. So invariably, the one thing an air dryer is supposed to do is prevent touch, but you can't. They're like hand condoms. It is impossible not to touch the
It's-
edges of this thing. As you,
It's the
I don't
it's
know how
the
to-
adult game of operation. Like you're basically
Right,
playing the adult game of
it-
operation, and boom, you die if you touch
it's
the
called
side.
hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to fecal matter operation. Where today, if you touch the sides, you could get herpes 2, trick, gonorrhea, syphilis. What surprises are waiting for
COVID.
you? And COVID, that's right. And you know, while you're at it, why don't you just dry off your lips? I mean, stick your face in here. Don't touch the sides, ladies and gentlemen. Win a prize. No VD for you. I'm serious. The stupid. I mean, some moron traveled over to Italy or whatever. It was like, this is the most fashionable hand dryer, air dryer in the world. You can't put your hands in there without touching the sides. And all you're doing anyway is blowing your own fecal matter all over the bathroom. Folks,
It probably started at the Vatican, and it was like helping priests not have wandering hands. Like priests, it was like a discipline thing for priests. Like your hands can't wander.
Yeah, exactly.
This
This model has had the electroshock component turned off.
I somehow think they failed the no touch test.
Carla from Burnt Korn, you got something for the napkin of hate?
I do. Occasionally, I will have these young women who will come in and they're dressed in these kind of, they look like gypsies the way they dress. And they've got these crystals hanging from them and all this jewelry. And they inevitably want to come in and comment about what a lovely aura I have. And, you know, they're so deeply spiritual and they haven't bathed. And you don't have to worry about them using the soap anywhere because, you know, they have on these sleeveless dresses. And when they point up to the menu, you can see that they don't shave their armpits. And it's like, I'm not sure what spiritual thing that you're following, but anything that doesn't involve bathing, I'm probably not interested in. I mean,
So
do you know
can we
who I'm
just say-
talking? Do you know
can
what
we
I'm
say-
talking about?
Yes, we're gonna call this Neo-New Agers. Neo-New Agers are on the hate napkins. Right. These are the people that say, you tell me about your sign, and you know, when you were born, was there more blood on your ass than your head? You tell me, oh, and yes, come here and sniff my pits. Do you like the essence of my hairy armpits? And oh, listen, I've got some crystals stuck up my twat. Let me pull them out here, and I'll throw them on the floor like dice, and we'll read them, and I can tell you your future. I like the fact that anybody would come up to Carla and go, I can tell by your aura you're a beautiful person. She's like, yo, bitch, bam. How do you feel about my aura now?
No, it's just one of those kind of moments where I have behold the field in which I grow my fucks. Lay thine eyes upon it, and thou shalt see that it is barren.
So much more eloquently played.
Speaking of Baron, I can actually read someone's sign and future and all that stuff from a bloody tampon. So if you present the bloody tampon, I can read it. And
you've taken the reading of the entrails to a totally new level. But essentially, there is no difference between reading the entrails, a horoscope, and trying to interpret your future from a tampon. Used tampon, that is. Used tampon. I once went into a psychic in Washington, D.C. And at the time, I was writing a novel. And I posed completely as the protagonist of my novel. So here was a character I had spent like years developing, so I knew the history, everything about this character. So I completely presented myself as my protagonist, Dante Picciotto, from my novel. And I did an entire psychic reading, and she kept asking me questions, and I'm like, I knew all the answers because I'd created this character. And she gave me this completely serious tarot reading, which I went, I memorized the whole thing. I wrote it down. I took pictures, and then I went, and I embedded the tarot reading into the novel. And I was like, whatever she said the future held for him, that's how the rest of the book went. So I think it's, but of course, mumbo jumbo idiot crystal nutwag, thought all of this was me, and there's so many shysterisms. I guess if people need to cling to moon bottles of water and signs and horoscopes and crystals and long armpit hair and whatever, what do I care? It doesn't impact me. But
it does when they're reading your aura. I'm working here. I'm making a parfait.
Yeah, but you know what? If they're duped into thinking you're a nice person, I mean, so be it.
I'm not a nice person.
The truth is, folks, Carla from Burnt Korn actually has the most pleasing aura ever. It smells like snow geese mating in a field of marshmallows.
And hot sauce.
It depends on where you apply the hot sauce. Snow geese, do snow geese bring hot sauce on a date? I mean, that's the real question. All right, I got something for the hate napkin here. It's a top 10 all-time to me. This is a top 10 all-time moment. And I hope this one resonates with all of us. It's people who use the dictionary in arguments. People who use the dictionary in arguments. So you might be having some sort of a debate.
Are they hitting you over the head with it because it's a big book, or what's?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, folks, you brought a Webster, but I brought the Oxford English Dictionary, motherfucker. All 23 volumes. You are going down. No, I mean, I'm talking about people who you'll be in like this intense debate with somebody about racism or any other, and they're like, well, I just looked it up, and Webster says the dictionary definition of racism is blah, 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 blah. Like, you can't use dictionary definitions in your arguments for anything. That's some idiot thinking that they're being scholastic or academic. I mean, it doesn't matter what the subject is. You could be talking about carburetors. It doesn't matter. Anybody who goes to the dictionary in an argument is a fucking doofus. You can't use the dictionary to defend anything.
You can't say, let's look up the word for douchebag. Let's just look at the technical definition of a douchebag.
Oh, and look, it shows a picture of Pauly from Bali in a cocktail lounge in Phnom Penh.
I have a quick sub story on that we'll probably have to cut out. But my sister's ex-husband, his name was Victor, and he was beating my nephew in the basement, and he was just
he was what?
Beating my nephew in the basement. Okay. Also hit my sister a couple times.
Oh, and
he had this office where he had this sacred dictionary. None of the kids could go into the office. No one could go into his
sacred dictionary.
So,
oh my god,
my oldest brother turned to the word. His name's Victor. He went to sphincter in the dictionary, and he used a glue thing and glued his picture on sphincter in the sacred dictionary. Closed it
exactly
in the office, and I still don't know if he's seen this to this day, but just
may it be the last word he ever looks up. But the moment before he leaves this life,
right?
May he look up the word sphincter and see himself.
And my oldest brother really called this guy early on, where we were all like, oh well, he's got a job, so therefore he must be good. But it was perfect. It was perfect.
No. So, anyways, why would you cut that? That's exactly what I'm talking about. The only reason the dictionary ever should be used in an argument is to point out that somebody is a fuckwad, sphincter, camel fuck, cunt bucket. I mean, I don't know if that one's in the Oxford English Dictionary. It's probably
Brought to you by demonetization of your YouTube.
Brought to you by baenglish.com. baenglish.com for all of your sphincter English lexicon needs. But anyways,
as long as you don't need someone with a master's degree. Don't remember.
Anytime somebody pulls out the dictionary and debate, it's a debate worth walking away from, because like that's their idea of academic debate is Webster's. Anyways, along those lines are also the evangelicals. For the most part, I think this is an evangelical thing, even though we don't talk about religion in this show. It is a cultural byproduct of evangelicalism. People who say what your name means. People who say what your name means in a religious sense. So my name is Arik, and people will go, oh, did you know that your name means godly power? Your name means godly power in the Bible. I'm like, I read the Bible 15 times. It doesn't say Arik anywhere. Where are you getting that from? I don't know, but I've got this list here, and it says what your name is. Oh, your name is Pauly? It means he who shall abstain from head and shoulders. And oh, you're Carla? Please do not put hot sauce. It means please do not put hot sauce on your anus during a date. I mean, there's this, I'm telling you, there is this, and there's this company, I don't know what it's called, but it makes these certain kind of, they're going to be like 17 evangelicals in the country going, I'm going to listen to this show forever. They make these plaques, and it has your name on it, and underneath it, it has the biblical definition or meaning of your name, followed by some sort of meaningless Bible verse pulled out of context. I mean, your name could be Barfa, and it would say, angelic poo. Your name means angelic poo. And here's a verse from Revelations that proves it. I mean, it's just cultural idiot. I swear to God, if there are like 60 million evangelicals in this country, if you walk into their houses, I promise you on the wall are these plaques with the name of every person that lives in that house, what their name means, plus a Bible verse underneath it. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, my name is Arik. There's no biblical reference to my name. Oh, and all these people are like, you know, your name means godly power. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? My name means Arik. That's it. It's 4 letters, Latin letters. It means Arik. It means nothing. It's
I
just
think
Arik.
I think it means long-winded explanation. I'm pretty sure it means.
See, I would just cut to the chase and take a Sharpie and cross off the meaning and just write gullible.
Did you know that Clotidia means gullible? Your name is Clotidia, and it means gullible. It means she who is easily taken. She who is easily taken. And here's a Bible verse in Ezekiel about the prophetess who was raped up the asshole. She who is easily taken. There are so many people out there who are so absolutely ass ignorant about language and meaning and history. Sometimes I think I'm getting to an age, I'm almost 50, where I just, instead of like trying to respond to people and educate them anymore, I just sit back and listen, and am thoroughly entertained by the idiocy. I don't debate anybody anymore on anything. I just sit back and go, wow. Inside you is a brain that, in theory, if exercised well, could get us to Mars. Instead, you've devoted it entirely to looking up Webster's and coming up with crony definitions of names from the Bible. That's just amazing, an amazing misuse of this cranium, of like billions of years of evolution. You know, some people use their brains to, cure cancer. Some use it to put satellites around Uranus. You, however, have devoted the
YouTube
entirety.
University.
Yeah, you
Do you know
already
that?
have divided
Do you know that
the
this?
entirety of your gray matter to getting a degree from Trump University.
Do you know, according to Webster, there are 13 rings around Uranus?
Actually, I really
I think
do.
that's true, though.
I actually have a copy of Oxford English Dictionary. It's my most prized possession. It's worth like I don't know how many thousands of dollars. I actually do hope that my daughter goes and puts a picture of me next to Uranus and like glues it in there. And then like centuries from now, because nobody, I mean, an Oxford English Dictionary is something that survives time. Nobody gets rid of those. Like it'll be sitting in some, library or, collection 300 years from now, and somebody will finally pull out the U volume and look it up, and there will be my picture. And I'll be like, and that will be the totality of my immortality. The totality
Immorality. You were right the first.
Okay, I got a hate napkin. I got a random hate napkin. I want to.
All right. You're following it up. This is we're coming down the stretch now.
So I like listening to music, and I have my favorite rock stars, and then like they age. I'm aging. I'm 45. You're 50. Carla's 107. Rock stars who write songs about their kids. Rock stars who get married and have kids, and they are like brilliant rock stars. They write rock songs, and then all of a sudden they do like baby, 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 baby blue eyes, or some like fucking just horrible song about their baby. We don't want to hear about. We want you to continue to play rock music.
Well, here's the problem is that they have misnamed the title of the song. It should be My Dick Works, because it's an homage to the fact that their dick works.
It should be My Dick Still Works. After all these drugs, my dick still works. Actually, I had a really crass joke. When Eric Clapton's kid fell from like 3 stories and splattered on the sidewalk, he wrote
Tears from Heaven.
He wrote Tears in Heaven.
I mean, maybe that one's appropriate because it's still
right. It should be called Tears in Heaven. Why did my dick work?
It's more like drops on the pavement, tears on the pavement.
My first thought when you said that was Tears in Heaven. You're like, I hate it when people write songs about their kids, especially when they fall out 3rd-story windows and splatter on the sidewalk.
That's an exception to the rule here. I mean, I don't want to
Okay.
I don't want to hear I don't want to hear your parenting song or whatever.
Right.
Like, oh, but my kid is beautiful. No, just fucking keep singing rock and roll.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. I mean,
although
I
guess Eric Clapton's kid did rock and roll. Like he maybe bounced first, or just was it more of a splatter? I'm not sure.
I don't really feel bad making fun of him. He's become such a mutated pro-COVID, anti-vaxxing, asshole. Like I don't. Eric, in fact, let's just put Eric Clapton on the hate napkin. It's been a while since we put anybody on the hate napkin.
Yeah.
So as long as we're going to name rock stars who make songs about their kids, let's just put anti-vaxxer Eric Clapton on the hate napkin.
Right, and that's just karma. Your kid. It's just time is fluid. Time is fluid, and you caused this by being an anti-vaxxer. How many kids did you kill, or how many people did you kill?
I will note that Carla has been actually quiet the past minute and a half, which usually means we've gone so far so far over the line. That's my barometer. Is like, oh wait, Carla's not saying anything. We may have crossed the line.
Here, for those who aren't watching on YouTube, it's the disapproving look that is coming through the screen at the moment. So,
well, as Woody Allen once told us, tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Well, let's put Woody Allen on the hate napkin.
Oh, I love Woody. I'm a big
Yeah.
Woody Allen fan. You guys, no, we're not going down that road. No, we're going to stick with rock stars. By the way,
And
this is a good point.
if you're Woody Allen, if you wait long enough
Oh, no.
time, she's of legal age. If you
Right.
wait enough time, no longer a tragedy. It becomes a
A
legal
tragedy.
act.
Wait, listen, by the way, I looked up tragedy in the dictionary.
And it's not a word.
And it's not there. So we have brought to you all sorts of things that we hate today, including rock stars in their 70s who do songs about their kids and all the other, marble public restroom soap and pubic hairs in the pickled egg jar at the gas station. And so many other things, folks. We will never run out of first world hate. There might be starving children dying of diphtheria everywhere to the end of time, but we will always have an unlimited number of first world things that we hate. Also by not Audible. Fuck Audible. No, don't fuck Audible, because Anchor FM brings you Audible. Thank you, Anchor FM, for being the best podcasting platform in the world.
They're not connected to Audible. But let's thank Babies Falling from High Rises, because they brought us some laughs today.
I mean, frankly, if there are tears in heaven, aren't they going to fall down anyway?
Just like the kid.
Well, okay. Well, let's say you're in a total vacuum and you drop a baby and a tear from heaven at the same time.
Which one hits first?
Which one hits first? Teenage and creamy butter, turning out hate since 20.
I feel like I need to look this up on Webster. I gotta figure this one out.
All I can say is after this segment, this was a fun experiment.
Just like the United States, folks. Please send us the things that you hate, including us individually, at info@thehatenapkin.com. If you hate Pauly and me, I don't blame you. Let us know at info@thehatenapkin.com. We're also over on the Book of Face, Instagram, and Twitter at The Hate Napkin. I feel purged.
Carla,
After that hot sauce, you should.
Carla, would you like to say the phrase? Take us out of the into
No,
the.
I won't say it.
Oh, folks, we have just finished traveling deep inside the annals of hate.